Before we start, could you introduce yourself to the viewers first?
Hi everyone, I'm Mohammad Mukhair. I'm a graduate from PRR Law College, Amirpet.
Hi guys, this is Prudhvi Teja, campus leader of PRR Law College, shooting this interview. Getting into my questions, Mukhair, how did you land in mooting at the first instance?
Landing in a mooting was a different situation wherein there were selections for moot court going on, and always I had an moot. I always wanted to go for a moot competition, and I got an opportunity and I was selected, and hence I went into the moot court competition.
Okay, you have been to many moots, Mukhair. What excites you about mooting?
The first moot was basically a very nervous one for me, but as per the stages when we were winning the moot and going to the different stages upwards, then I gained that confidence, and the feeling which I always got when I was mooting made me go to more moots.
Okay, what skills does mooting help you build? In general?
There are many skills actually. It's not only particularly speaking to one, but coming up, it's like you work as a team. That also for me is a skill, because three people who have different brains are coming up into one idea and one problem, working on it, finding the case laws, finding the points, and working on it on the memorials as well is a very different skill which everyone should have. Because unless in this profession, it's not depends on one person, one individual. It's always on the teamwork. So that's the main skill, and other skills are like, you even try to gain knowledge of the advocacy skills, wherein you have to know which point to speak on when, and how you support that point with which kind of a case law, which is in what support, and which is affirmed by Supreme Court as well. These all matters. Basically, you get more about advocacy.
Yeah, fine. Could you share your moot experiences, any interesting ones?
My best experience was, when I went to my first moot court was a South Indian moot court, wherein all over the participants who came up were from various colleges from South India, and there were totally 26 teams in my first moot court.
Yeah.
So I was able to know about 26 teams, and that made me even know about the various skills which they persisted, because they're also studying from different law colleges.
Yeah.
So this was my very good experience actually.
Okay, fine. When I say that moot courts are kind of unique competitions, do you agree with me or not? And what are your reasons for that?
Yeah, definitely. Moot court is a very unique competition, I feel, because unlike other competitions which have so only one point or one person in this. Unlike various competitions, this involves a lot of drafting skills, reasoning skills, and even you need support from your team for that, working on it together on the memorials, finding case laws, and it is variously, specifically it is very different when it comes to an experience when you get it out after working on a moot court competition.
Okay, any tips and advices on mooting to the budding mooters? What should be the team building, research, speaking, handling pressure, travel tips and all?
Definitely, like what all you told me about the tips, they all include a proper moot court competition, because unless you have a proper communication between, and if there is any miscommunication or a gap between your teammates or your co-mooter or researcher, you won't be able to have that kind of competition with the other teammates. So that is very properly required. And coming up to the research work, the researcher does all the work, and he or she needs all support from the co-mooters, because unless we support her on the research work done by her, and if it is not very proper enough and telling her what to find for what, then she might be demotivated. That's what I feel.
Okay, then any other thing you want to say, like final word?
Final word would be definitely if anytime you get any chance of participating in a moot competition, you can definitely try it, because it's worth it. And never feel that fear that I have to represent in front of so many people, so many judges, and whether I'll be able to win it or not. The main thing you have to see here is the participation, not the winning part. Winning comes only when you have given proper time, hard work, and efficiency has been there in your memorials or your submissions made before the judges. These all play a very vital role. But at the end, you will be learning how to work with a team with different ideologies, framing it into one and working it together. That is very important. You learn a lot with this moot court experience. So please have it and try. It's worth it.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.